Hello everyone, I'm the Self-Wind, I've just blown in. And today we are back with more Seduce Me 2, The Demon War. Last time we completed Diana's route, and this time we're going to press ahead with a new one. So, yay, there will be less use of the skip button this time. We're going to be taking this lovely little red heart here.
Hold on there!
Hey,
Before
Kay.
we start the game, I need to ask you a few things. Don't want to get lost now.
Oh, but I like getting lost. I'm very good at it.
First of all, have you read the first story, Seduce Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You do know this is Erik's route,
Indeed,
right?
right?
You know, the second oldest incubus that calls you princess and is seductive and stuff.
And stuff indeed. Flutters eyelashes. Yep, I know. Bring him on.
Oh, awesome! Alright then. Erik's a nice guy once you see under his Playboy mask.
Exactly. I'm totally domesticating him. Right? That's how this plays out.
Anyway, I have one last question for you.
Yes. Nah, I'm good. I don't have... Well, I do have triggers I should probably warn people about, but none that are going to be brought up in this route. So I'm good.
Alright then. Oh, just so you know, though...
And skip. And my character's name. I think I actually do remember what I had for a name last time. A-I-R-E-L. Ariel. And I think, unfortunately, the game skipped farther than I wanted it to.
Do not call me Di.
My apologies. I had some technical difficulties. This is my second take at running this. The first time, for some reason, my camera, or actually my recording software, wasn't noting that I was no longer on the title screen of the game. It's weird, I've never had that glitch before, but that's life. Okay, here we go. Let us start reading. A sweet lullaby, one you would hear as you were rocked in your mother's arms as a child. Really? Okay. I cannot help but adore such melodies with every ounce of my being, smiling whenever one would play for me. Aw, you have a very childish music sense. It was only fitting that I would enjoy my dreams with the sound of one playing in my head. My slumber was calm and peaceful, as a sweet tune echoed in the abyss of my subconscious. I didn't know why, but I relished that tune that night. Aww. It's nice, it's not that nice, though. Strange, really, how a melody could calm any storm running through your heart. My storm was my engagement to Erik, my demon soulmate. Aww, yay, we're still together. Yes, he was my soulmate, my prince. Aww. At the same time, he was indeed a demon. Look, everyone has flaws. I'm left-handed. I know it's really hard to seat me at family dinners, and they're kind of a big deal, but still, you know, everyone's got something. I adored him with every ounce of my being, and I was about to be married to him in a week's ahead. I couldn't have been more nervous and excited about the whole ordeal. Aw, yay us! Getting married, starting a life. It's a really far way to come from the first game. Still, the lullaby that floated in my dreams kept me calm and at peace. I wondered if the same music could soothe an actual child. I'm gonna say yes. There's nothing overtly loud. There's nothing too distracting. Yeah. I don't like kids. Anyway, a child's laughter broke me from my peace, causing me to slowly open my eyes and awaken from my slumber. My eyes focused on the ceiling as I tried to figure out what the sound was. Was it part of my dream? Could be. It was effective enough to wake me up. Really? You must be a really light sleeper. I rose from the bed, looking round the room in confusion. Why had I heard a child's laugh, and how did it wake me up? It's a strange sound you're not used to hearing in a mostly quiet house, I'm going to assume? It was strange to say the very least. A child's voice? No offense, you had five incubuses come crashing into your life, plus demons. Yeah, I don't mind you being a little jumpy at a strange noise that you don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, however, before I could contemplate about it further, a slight dip in the bed to my side made me gasp softly in surprise. Why would that make you gasp? I looked to my side to see Erik still sound asleep beside me. He looked so peaceful and happy, like he was absorbed in a joyful dream of his own. I couldn't help but smile at the sight before leaning down and kissing his forehead. He shifted slightly, mumbling my name. And like I said, this time name-wise, because I actually do believe this is the name I had for Erik in my first playthrough, Ariel. Yeah, I know, it's cliched in Disney, blah blah blah. But I find it fitting. In my head, Mika's a redhead in this version. Despite what the art might show of her having black hair. Shush. I giggled softly. He was just too adorable for words. I truly loved him with all of my heart. Because he is pretty. I mean, never mind. Wow. You realize you never get dating sims with like 5 average to ugly guys and or girls? It's always like the super hot or very much stylized into being hot for whatever genre they're trying to fit. You don't really get the average person dating sim. Just saying. Anyway. I love you. Still, despite wanting to stay in bed a little longer with the man of my dreams, the child's laughter ushered me to slowly creep out of bed and leave the room to find where it had come from. It might have just been in your head. Just saying. Turning on the lights in the lobby, I looked around the main part of the mansion to find out where the laughter had come from. Okay, this is not just in my head. Alright, we're doing this. Placing bets now. Are we dealing with a poltergeist, a creepy ghost child, girl from the ring? Come on, place your bets. I heard the laughter trail off, as if the voice itself was moving and guiding me to where I wanted me to go. I maintained pursuit, not wanting to lose track of it. Also, I have really not redecorated in all the years I've been living here. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's classic and it's gorgeous, but I don't know. Feels like I should have at least changed some wallpapering or the carpet. Yeah. Any normal person would have been creeped out. Yeah, they would have. I, however, was brave enough to figure out what was going on by myself. Or foolhardy enough. One of the two. I was led to my grandfather's office. It was his place of work, as well as his sanctuary for magic study. Has it become my sanctuary for magic study? I'm just saying, I would like to know more. I knew that he studied magic and had come to accept it during my time with Erik and his brothers. Still, it was something I was curious about. You mean I have not been researching this since I graduated? Boo. The lights were on, but the laughter seemed to have faded away as I entered the room. Was I not in the right place? Maybe. Are books gonna start flying at my head now? Blood from the walls? What's going on? As I stepped further into the room, I felt a sense of nostalgia. Despite only ever finding the room after my grandfather's passing, something about this place made me feel warm and happy, like I belonged here. Because you do, you should totally have studied magic. This was where my grandfather imagined his greatest toys, and made them come to life. It was here where he studied endlessly about the demon world and demon magic. I felt like I was stepping into a museum of history. Well, if you haven't used this room and really no one's been in here besides maybe the dust, because it does look fairly clean for an unused room, it is kind of a museum in a way. Thinking about it, I began to wonder what my grandfather would think if he knew that I was going to marry one of the incubi he had brought into the human world. I'm sure he'd be cool with it. He seemed like a nice guy. I knew he had been the one to do it. Damien confessed to me when Erik proposed. Aww. Yay, loose plot threads that you might not get if you had not done all the paths. It was a bit interesting to think about. No, it's actually really kind of sad how he would have reacted. Would he be proud? Would he be disappointed? I could never know. Yeah, alternate verse, he finds out she's dating one of them and he sends them all back like, no, you stay away from my granddaughter. Or maybe that's secretly what he was into. In that case, then, that's a whole creepy thought I don't want to have anymore. Moving on. I was broken out of my thoughts, however, as I heard the click of a lock on latch echo through the room. I turned my head toward the sound, pinning the origin of it on one of the nearby drawers. Ooh, I know what this is from other playthroughs. Why did it unlock on its own? I was a little nervous as to why it had done that. Open it! Open it! I was indeed my grandfather's granddaughter. I felt my curiosity take control of my body and guide me to the drawer. Sliding it open, I saw 2 books neatly placed in the drawer, covered with a thin layer of dust. One was obviously my grandfather's magic book, and the other must have been his journal. Ooh, time to read! Yes. I lifted both up and examined them, gingerly wiping the dust off of them. I wanted to read a bit more about each of them, but I wasn't sure which one to open first. Well, clearly I need to invade Grandpa's privacy and read his journal. Duh. I decided to look through Grandfather's journal. Maybe he had done something he wanted to show me. I wasn't entirely sure why I was doing this in the first place. Because I'm nosy. Obviously. I opened his journal and scanned my eyes across each page as I flipped through. He had so many notes, it was hard to fathom him knowing so much about everything he wrote. He was smart, though, so it wasn't entirely surprising. Yeah, nerdiness runs in our family. One section, however, made me stop and read in depth. Demon children. Ooh. The plot thickens. On the page was a badly drawn sketch of a humanoid creature I had to assume was demon. From the size, it could have been a child. However, I wasn't entirely sure. I really wish they'd show you this picture. It wouldn't have to be much, just blank white rectangle here, and whatever drawing would be in the middle. It does feel like a bit wasted opportunity. Apparently, there were multiple demon races, not just the incubi and succubi. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of different demon types, and each had their own methods on how they bred to produce children. Yeah, this might be important for me to know in the future. Demons of Lilith were the most human-like in terms of pregnancy. They bear the child for a set amount of time, and the delivery, paired with magic, was seamless and painless. However, as soon as the demon is born, the parents imbue their child's demon name into their souls. Aww. That's nice. I'm gonna guess the succubi and incubi are demons of Lilith? It seems so confusing at first. No, it seems really straightforward. But as I read further, I became more and more intrigued about demons and their children. Aw, it's like I'm studying for the future or something. Demon mothers, regardless of race, had to bear enough energy for both the mother and the child. Yeah? Isn't that true about any mother of any species? Anyway, this, along with a host of other reasons, were why females were the dominant gender in the abyssal planes, except for the demon lord and his all-male offspring, and his wives that are like freaking slaves. However, if a demon bearing a child didn't have enough energy, her child would absorb the last of it and kill off the mother in an attempt to sustain itself. Ew. Good to know. Also, Erik, you're getting a vasectomy in the morning. I swallowed thickly. Was energy that important to demons? Yeah. It's how they eat. How could a child even do that to their mother? They'd die off too. Not from the description I'm getting, but... One thing was explicitly mentioned, however. Unlike humans, demons form souls in the womb. See? Here's the one place you can argue that life begins at conception. Thank you, game. Making them living beings, while still forming in their mother's body. They become sentient as soon as they are conceived. That's weird, but yeah, I believe it. Magic is weird. It was strange to think about. Demon babies were aware that they were alive before they were born? It was intriguing. I guess. Die! The child's laughter reappeared softly floating through the air and making me turn toward the door. I quickly followed it, leaving the room and returning to the lobby. The Hobby Lobby? Is anyone there? As I turned to the stairs, I could hardly believe my eyes. New music. A floating orb, barely the size of my head, was floating down the stairs and towards the back doors. It'd be nice to see it. I gripped the railing and stared, not believing what I was seeing. Was this really happening? I don't know, because the game's not showing me. What was it even? A ghost? A spirit? Some illusion meant to trick me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. Still, it practically called for me to tail behind it. I continued to follow it. It seemed to want me to, anyway. Was this a game? Hi, Purple Light. Are you Diana? 'Cause seriously, if you are, we're gonna have words, lady. It led me to the backyard, where it simply floated in the air near the gazebo. I stayed by the doorway, unsure of actually stepping out of the house to meet with it. It didn't move, so I could only assume it accepted my hesitation. Did it? Hello?
Hi.
Why are you at my house, creepy ghost orb? The orb gently spun around itself in a circle, almost like a happy child. Yeah. For some reason, it made me feel really happy seeing it, despite it being simple floating orb. Okay, in a world where you know magic exists, why are you not, booking it to go get your demon fiancé who might actually be able to tell you what this is? It seemed friendly enough. At first. So I stepped out into the backyard and slowly made my way towards it. It gently bobbed up and down, as if it was waiting for me to approach. I stopped a couple of feet away from it, not wanting to get too close in case it wasn't a trick. Yeah, this might not go bad. Hi there, again.
Hi. What's your name?
One of you actually cares enough to ask my name? I'm the main character. Oh, my name? Oh, it's Ariel.
Wow. That's a pretty name.
I know, right? Thank you. Who are you?
Oh. I'm no one. I don't have a name.
No. I'm gonna call you Glowy. Or Perp. I think I like Perp better. You don't have a name.
No. I wasn't able to get one.
Oh.
But that's okay.
No, it's not.
I'll get one soon.
Okay. Have fun at the name store. The orb, whatever it was, had to be the spirit of some child. Human? No, sweetie, this does not scream of human to me. This very much reeks of magic. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. All I knew was how sweet and innocent it sounded. The child's voice was pulling at my heartstrings in all the right ways. No, ew. The orb twirled around again with a small laugh.
Let's play together.
No, I'm going back to bed. Now go away, you creepy orb thing. Oh, what would we play? I almost couldn't believe the words coming out of my mouth. Was I really okay with playing games with a spirit? I mean, it was friendly, yes, but it was a spirit. What I was doing out in the middle of the night with it was another question I let go of and fade away into my head as I stared at the orb. My heart felt fuzzy and warm enough to ignore the doubt niggling at my brain. Niggle, 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 niggle. The orb dipped and spun around my body, making me giggle and try to follow it. As it circled back to where it used to be, it almost bounced in the air happily.
Come on, let's dance.
Okay. I'm actually a really bad dancer, so you might have picked the wrong activity. I began to dance around the orb as it moved gracefully around my form. In my head, a song began to play as I had fun, weaving and swaying with the orb. I felt light and happy, even though a part of my mind was questioning what I was doing. Yeah, it's not like we haven't seen mind control before. Why was I doing this? Why was I so accepting of this spirit? My body was moving on its own, but I was enjoying every minute of it. Hey, that's Eric's job, gosh darn it. The orb followed along, matching each sway with one of its own. Soft laughter echoed from it once in a while after every couple of steps I took. It seemed to enjoy my company, which in turn somehow made me happy.
Princess?
Oh, thank God, Erik. Hey, sweetie. I was doing stuff. The orb gasped and hid behind me as I stopped dancing. I turned quickly to see Erik standing in the doorframe with a confused but tired look on his face. Hi, sweetie. How you been? Erik?
What are you doing out here, love?
Having a mental breakdown dancing with a potential ghost spirit child. Why do you ask? By the way, you're getting a vasectomy tomorrow. I blushed, rubbing my hands together behind my back from embarrassment. I must have looked like a fool, dancing in the yard in the middle of the night. Or a Wiccan, to each their own. I turned my head to look at the orb, but gasped in surprise when I realized that it had disappeared. Oh, boo. What? Huh?
What's wrong?
Glowing purple orb, it sounded like a child. Also, vasectomy for you tomorrow. I was beyond lost and confused. What was happening? What had just happened? I turned back to Erik to see him walking towards me. I crossed my arms, realizing how cold the night air was, and smiled meekly at Erik. I wanted to get some fresh air, that's all.
While dancing by yourself?
Hey, you keep worming your own way and I'll keep worming mine, okay? I stared at Erik, not sure of what he meant. If he was watching, he would have seen the spirit dancing with me. You know what, sweet, just forget about it. Let's go inside. If he couldn't see it, then it had to be something I had just imagined. I smiled and nodded to Erik. Yeah, I figured, why not? I couldn't sleep, and dancing is always a good way to burn off energy, right? Erik smiled and nodded, leaning and kissing my forehead. It was a white lie, but he wouldn't have believed me anyway. I actually kind of doubt that. I think he probably would, but there would be questions involved. Erik gently reached out and took one of my hands, placing his other hand on my waist. I looked up at him to see his lips curve into a small, playful smirk.
Would you mind if I dance with you then, princess?
No. Yay! My face turned red at the question, but I smiled and nodded. I liked dancing with him. I tightened my hand over Erik's, straightening up and leaning against his chest, ready to dance. Erik chuckled softly before leading me into a slow but elegant waltz around the backyard. I felt like I needed to thank the spirit later for giving me yet another wonderful memory with Erik. He led me around the backyard as if we were at a real ball. Aww. And again, I wish we could see this. This would have been a really nice art piece to have. The moon served as a brilliant crystal chandelier, and the wind became our music. Eventually, however, we had to go back inside. The night was cold, and it was very late. I didn't want the night to end, though. Watching Erik as he walked up the stairs to the bedroom, my heart began to flutter even more, and a soft heat began to burn in my core. Yes, well, we are marrying an incubus for a reason. He was not only charming, but he was handsome and definitely knew what buttons to press to make me feel amazing. Again, incubus for a reason. It didn't matter that he was an incubus. Exactly, he's just very skilled. I really had fallen in love with him, and was both romantically and sexually attracted to him. Though, did I really want to pursue my desires right now? We did just stop dancing. Yeah, I want to say go for it, but don't this time. There'll be other routes for that. Let's just get some sleep. It is late. I shook my head. I didn't want to ruin a romantic moment with sex. Said no one ever. As much as it was amazing and good, it was not something that needed to be done every time we shared a moment together. Again, I cared to argue. Besides, I was tired. That I more accurately believe. I just wanted to get some sleep and let the moment we had shared resonate in our memories. Erik led me back to our bedroom. We both got comfy together in bed, ready for sleep. He nuzzled my forehead with his before pressing a kiss to it. I kissed him back before allowing my body to rest. I drowned in the warmth of Erik's body gave me as I drifted off to a dreamland. But will there be more creepy music? To my surprise, the child didn't return. I was a bit saddened, but I didn't let my thoughts linger on it any longer. I had a peaceful dream with Erik wrapped around me all through the remainder of the night. Aww. As the morning came, however, the other incubi essentially kidnapped their brother. Despite my minor protests, knowing that we had work to do on the wedding, the brothers were relentless. Come on, guys, I got stuff to do.
We're just stealing him for a bit. We'll return him later.
No. No. Bad brothers. No stealing my fiancé, gosh darn it. But we have to. Yeah, there's a shit ton of planning for a wedding. No.
Everything will be alright. You can finish working on your dress while we keep him out of the house.
Okay, good point there. Go. I mean, yeah, but...
You could survive a day without your love slave.
No, I can't, Sam.
It's not like he'll be gone forever.
I mean, you say that, but... given everything we've all collectively been through... Also, I kind of like Damien's no face of, she might have a point, guys.
Everything will be alright, Princess, I promise. As soon as we're done with whatever they want to do, then I'll come straight home.
Yeah, I don't know what an incubus stag party or bachelor party is gonna be, but I have theories. Okay, I love you. Defeated sigh. I could barely make out him saying I love you too, as he was dragged away by his brothers. As the front door closed, I could hear Erik being thrown over someone's shoulder, probably Sam's. Sam, I swear if you bruise him before the wedding, I will hurt you. I sighed before looking around the mansion. Since I was indeed alone, I had the chance to try and find the spirit again. Why had it run away the first time? I quickly rushed to the backyard, looking around it. It was much brighter, yes, but perhaps the spirit was still there. Maybe. Despite not being able to find it, I scoured the entire mansion, in hopes of meeting the orb again. It almost became a game of hide and seek, only I didn't know if the orb was hiding or was gone. After a straight hour of looking around, I gave up. The orb was nowhere to be found, and I was certain I wouldn't meet it again. I could only let out a sigh at the thought, and I shook my head to forget about it at last. I have a dress to work on. Why am I not working on that? It had given me a moment with my love, so I was grateful. Because #priorities. I went back into my room and flopped onto my bed, not really sure what to do. I could have organized what I was going to wear with my dress, but I really didn't want to pull my dress out of the garment bag it was in. I don't believe that. Staring at the ceiling, I felt my eyelids slowly getting heavy, and soon I was letting my sudden drowsiness take hold of me. What was happening? Why did I feel like sleeping? It was close to noon, or was it past noon? I somehow couldn't remember anymore. That's not a bad sign. I allowed myself to fall asleep, blaming the search and the wedding stress that lingered in my mind before tiring me out. Yeah, that's fair enough. Weddings are super stressful to get ready for. My body floated in the darkness, met once again by a soft and peaceful lullaby. This nap was perfect, and I definitely deserved it. My body felt comfortable, and my thoughts were lulled into a quiet hum that accompanied the lullaby in the air. Oh yeah, that music's back. The only thing that would have made it better was Erik. As if my dream wanted to please me, an image of Erik appeared in my mind. He smiled his heart-pulling smirk at me, and I felt myself become warm and fuzzy just from his gaze. As he floated over to me, I became entranced in his eyes. I bet not for the first time. My voice wouldn't come out, despite wanting to say his name, but I wrapped my arms around his neck and pulled him close to me. He leaned into my embrace, ghosting his lips over mine teasingly. Was Dream Erik trying to seduce me in my own dreams? Yes, I'm going to say the answer is yes. I pressed forward, wanting to kiss him. We both didn't make a sound, but let our kiss relay our love for each other between our lips. My heart pounded in my chest as he wrapped his arms around my waist and pulled me even closer to him. It was strange. He felt so real in my arms. I combed my fingers through his hair, feeling the pink copper strands on top of his head. Yet this was a dream. I knew it was a dream. Is it, though? Is it really? His arms gently ran along my back and waist, not daring to go below it, but making wonderful shivers run up my spine with each stroke. I really liked this dream and tightened my hold on Erik, letting him know that I enjoyed his touch. Well, yeah, obviously. Erik eventually pulled away from the kiss and smiled down at me, running a hand over my hair and caressing my cheek. I stared up at him lovingly, feeling a soft swell in my lips from the kiss we had shared. What I didn't expect was him slowly leaning down and planting a soft kiss over my chest. Just over where my heart was. I stared, unsure of why he did such a thing. 'Cause it's hot? I don't know. As my heart began to feel warm and lighter, I let a silent sigh out of my throat, feeling the pleasure of its sensation. Erik slowly backed away and disappeared, but I continued to feel the warmth over my heart sweetly emanate through my veins, like a slow adrenaline rush. What was happening to me? Tingles ran across every nerve in my body, making me shiver in delight. Whatever this was, I liked it. I bet. Soon the warmth lulled me into the peaceful hum, and I curled into myself, wrapping my arms around my body from the comfort it brought. I felt at peace while my body felt like it was embracing the warmth enveloping it. It was strange, but I accepted the restful feeling. Excuse me? What now? What? Ah! Ew, dark music change. From the darkness, dark laughter invaded the air. Again, this is a problem with their writing, where they will use the same words very close together. This could very easily be written as from the darkness came malicious laughter, came evil laughter, came something other than dark laughter invaded the air, breaking the lullaby and making a sudden cold feeling wash over my skin. Before I could react, however, a large and deep pain invaded my chest, almost like a sword stabbing all the way through my body. I could not see anything of the sword as I looked down at my chest, but my hands tightened over where the pain had erupted from. What was happening? I coughed, feeling blood splash out of my mouth and drip down my lips. I gasped for air, disgusted at the coppery taste in my mouth. but I was unable to break out of the illusion. I needed to wake up. The stabbing pain ripped through my insides as if the invisible blade in my chest unsheathed itself from my torso, and I felt a second stab through my stomach, more blood gushing from my mouth. Someone help me. I felt my body slowly start to shut down. Was I dying in my own dream? That's a bad sign. There are theories if you die in your dream, you die in real life. Why couldn't I wake up? I'm gonna guess magic. Cold waves ran through my nerves, numbing my body as if I was indeed slowly dying. As blood dripped from my chin, I felt lightheaded in the darkness. But an almost violent shake broke me from my dream, forcing me to physically open my eyes.
Princess!
Hey, sweetie. Yay, normal world. I gasped for air, no longer able to taste blood or feel pain. I was back in my room, staring at Erik's concerned face as he held my shoulders. I shuddered from the experience, unable to forget the feeling of being stabbed in my own dream. Erik, however, had saved me. Aww, he really is my prince.
Love, what happened? You were thrashing around and...
I was having a bad dream. I didn't let him finish. I grabbed Erik's body and slammed myself into his chest, happy to no longer be trapped in the dream and thankful that he had woke me from it. Erik wrapped his arms around me and gently rubbed my back, soothing me as I began to cry into his shoulder.
Did you have a nightmare?
Uh-huh. Good deduction there. It was terrible. I was being attacked by something in the darkness. I couldn't do anything about it.
Shh. It's okay now. You're safe. I'm right here.
I could only nod as Erik rocked me back and forth, comforting me. It may have been a dream, but I was still mortified by it. It seemed almost too real to be just a dream. Yeah, prophecy is a thing, I'm guessing. I didn't want to think about it anymore. I didn't want to remember the dream, especially how horrible it was. I was supposed to be getting mentally ready for my wedding, not having nightmares about dying. Oh, you'd be surprised how one and the same that could be. Erik kissed over my head and face, trying to soothe my sadness. He wiped away my tears and continued to hold me close until I was calm and relaxed. I tried to reassure myself that it was a dream. It was just a stupid dream. Just a nightmare. Yeah, nightmares can still really do a number on you, though. Erik gently pulled away, not releasing me from his arms, and looked down at me with a soft frown.
I'm sorry that I left. I
Thank
should
you.
have been here, making sure that you had good dreams.
Although I wouldn't get much work done on my dress then. Then again, I didn't get much work done on my dress either. Never mind. I shook my head. Erik needed to spend time with his brothers. It was important enough to him that he let himself be dragged away by them. Aww. Being understanding. Look at me go. No, it's alright. I'll be fine.
Are you sure, Princess?
Not really, no, but I have a feeling my character's trying to act tougher than what they are. Yeah, I'm sure. So not sure. I had to shake this off. I didn't know what was going on, but now Erik was here and could be with me in case anything else happened. Aww. After I had finally calmed down, Erik told me about what the boys had done. I don't really want to know about your bachelor party, sweetie. They took Erik to a cafe deep in downtown Chicago, just wanting to have brother-to-brothers talk with him. I believe that. I was happy he got to spend time with them, but Erik had practically rushed home to return to me. Aww. The dream did not appear again that night. Erik used his powers to enter my dreams and kept me safe from anything that tried to hurt me, and thankfully, nothing did. However, there was a strange feeling in my gut that didn't sit right with me. For some reason, Erik's comfort didn't make me feel okay. Yeah, that's... That's interesting, isn't it? And on that note, I'm gonna cut the video here. Until next, Taklikatilock Hiddo.